What is up, my retro crew? How you guys doing today? I want to welcome you back to the channel. As you can see, I'm wearing Ninja Turtles and Star Wars, two things that stand out, but because I'm going to talk about a very serious subject today. I'm going to be talking about why retro gamers are selling their collection and why are they experiencing burnout and what's up with them just giving up already. There's a bunch of awesome things going on, but we're going to talk about it. Alright, so I want to start with talking about the importance of collecting. The importance of collecting means that you don't collect everything in the world, which there's one collector that has a museum and he hasn't experienced burnout. It's the Immortal John Hancock. Check out his video down in the description below. He just collects a bunch of awesome things, so he just loves collecting and that's his thing. That's awesome. So I've watched about 6 YouTube videos, and I'm not going to front anybody out and I'm not doing anything negative. This is just my perspective. They're talking about selling their collection. Some people have collections that are just way too big, and the games, and they're just talking about how they're not really there with collecting because everything is digital. Digital is awesome. Actually, I would say 75% of my collection is digital. That's just how I roll. I've always been that way since 2001. Well, I don't want to say 2001. I'm sorry. It was 2000. I was way off. 2006. Been digital. Love it. But I do have the other 25% is a physical collection. I collect the physical games that I want, and what I want to recommend to you today, you don't have to collect all the big collections. Collect the things that are specific to you. Like I collect little toys and collectibles and video games, but they're specific to what I like. Like I collect a little bit of Mega Man, a little bit of NES, a little bit of Sega CD, a little bit of Star Wars. I collect little bits of everything. I want to recommend that to you. You don't have to collect big. Collect what you want to collect for, because some of us may not have the space for a whole collection. Like me, my set, this is my collecting area. This is it. So I don't try to collect a bunch of things, and even if I did have a whole room dedicated just to collections, I would not collect a bunch of stuff, because you know that equals time, money, and later on down the road, who knows, you may want it, you may not. That's why when you collect things, it's very vitally important that you collect specifically for the future. You collect, am I going to like this in the future? Am I going to want this in the future? Am I going to want my kids to play this in the future? Am I going to want to have this in the future? Is it going to be important for me to actually own this in the future? Not just collect a bunch of crazy wild stuff just because it's Nintendo, I must collect it all, or it's Sega, I must collect it all. That's just not how it goes. I think about things in the future, because I'm in my 30s, one day I'll be in my 50s or 60s. Am I gonna want that stuff later? Some of this stuff I might not even want later, but I know some of this stuff I will. That's why I don't collect a whole lot. Even when we hit the yard sales, when we hit the different secondhand stores, we check and see what we actually want. That's why I take my wife with me, because she makes very awesome decisions. Me, I'll just buy it off the fly. And so when I go places now, I think, would I actually need that? Do I want it for the future? Or is it something that I'm just maybe nostalgic for that I can emulate via my RetroPie or my PC or my Android? Alright, so that was my first topic. Oh, here's my second topic. Collecting quality versus quantity. I've seen people buy these big old bulk games and they're collecting quantity, but it's not really what they want. They just did it because the price was cheap. Yes, I did post a thing on my Instagram saying I bought a Game Boy Advance SP with the little light adapter and like 7 games for $15. I couldn't pass that up. But happened to be, I did like all those 7 games, so it worked out really good. That's why I bought that. But if it were like Nintendo and a bunch of random games, maybe not. I have a Nintendo and I have the games I like, so I may not have bought that. Either way, quality games. Buy ones that work. Buy ones that are just specific towards you. At work, it's the same thing. We have quality versus quantity. Quality is always best. Okay, I want to talk about physical versus digital. Okay, so I hit on that a little bit in my first topic. It's always important to download your digital content, but if there's something specific that you liked as a child, or you just got to, I was gonna be okie, got to locking it now. If you just barely started liking it now, then would be a good time to collect physical, because apparently a lot of the prices are going down. But I don't feel, just personally, that the physical market for media for retro games is going down. Actually, if you look at brands like Retrobit, if you look at brands like Hyperkin, they're actually developing new N64 consoles, Sega controllers, Sega Saturn controllers that are awesome. And so they're actually developing more things for retro gamers, and the Eon 64 adapter. So I don't feel that the retro video game collecting is going down. I feel it's actually right where it needs to be in 2019. Okay, and this is just my personal opinion, why collectors are experiencing burnout. Okay, I hit on that in the first topic. I feel that collectors are experiencing burnout because they're every day on that grind. Gotta find this game, gotta go game collecting, spend too much time making videos on it, spend too much time, and they're working full time while they're doing this, so they get burnt out because it's work. The thing is, you gotta have fun with it. If you're not having fun with it, don't collect. That's why you experience burnout, because you're not having fun. I don't go out to yard sales every day and find stuff. I don't go out places and find stuff. It happens to be my Sega CD collection. My cousin, he sold it all to me. That was awesome. I went to a secondhand store. Happened to be, there was that Game Boy there. Very awesome. My friend Jordan at work has a C-Train full of games. Sold me a few that I wanted. Let me stress that out. That you want. That way you don't experience burnout. You have to love what you do. It's very, very vitally important that you're passionate about what you do. If you're not passionate about what you do and you're experiencing burnout, it means you're just trying to keep up with the Joneses. You know what that means? That means you're just trying to keep up with this YouTuber, that YouTuber, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Snapchat. You're trying to keep up with those guys. It's not about them, it's about the passion that you enjoy and what brought you back to that first love of video games. Look at that. What brought you back to that first love of video games? Was it that Donkey Kong on Atari? Was it Super Mario World? Was it Metroid? Was it GameCube that you were playing Mario Galaxy on? I'm not a fan of it, but awesome game still, either way. Was it, as you're getting older, newer collectors? Was it that you were getting into the new Switch and you have all the Switch games? What brought you back there? Check yourself, make sure you're collecting and you're not experiencing burnout. Collect because you love, not because of necessity. Collect because you want to, not because you feel you have to, because you have to have the latest collection. That is my advice for you guys today. And the advice that I give you before you leave my channel, I always tell you guys this, but I'm going to tell you again. You guys be the greatest and most amazing version of you that you can be. You guys have an awesome, don't burn out, but love collecting day.